check. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Japan. This is the Japanese B.LEAGUE, and we are getting ready for a good one today between UTSUNOMIYA BREX and SENDAI 89ers. This game being played in Sendai, the Zeibyo Arena, and it's going to be a spectacular show. Sendai starting off this season with 2 wins in their 4 games, getting a win against Kyoto, and also following that up with a win against the Seahorses. Of course, they also lost to both of those teams, and one of the big early stories this season is that the defending champions, UTSUNOMIYA BREX, lost in a rematch to the team that they beat in last year's final. That was Ryukyu Golden Kings. They lost both of their games. They did, however, get their first win in the last round of games, coming out and getting a win against Osaka, although Osaka also beat BREX. So BREX coming into this game at 1-3, taking on a 2-2 Sendai 89ers team, and nothing can be taken for granted. Obviously, Gary Hamilton, one of the more experienced players in this team for Sendai, and always valuable player, especially coming off the bench as he has been in past seasons in the B.LEAGUE. You can see their starting 5 tonight is going to be Ryota Kobayashi and also Taiki Okada. Justin Burrell. And also number 31, Toshikazu Kato. And then Nathan Booth, who had a terrific basketball Champions League season last year playing in Turkey. And for Utsunomiya BREX, it'll be Makoto Hiyajima, Yusuke Indu. Also coming out and starting for them will be Seiji Ikaruga, Josh Scott, and Isaac Fotu. So you see the starters, they're listed for the 89ers, and the rest of the team as well being introduced to this terrific crowd here in Sendai as we head into, I guess, the weekend. And there he is, number 31, Kato, a big part of what this team likes to do. And, of course, Booth, just such a smooth player. He always can hurt you, especially offensively. He does so many different things well, from scoring. You can see shooting 44.4% from three-point range and 17.3 points per game. You know, all-around talent with his passing, his scoring. And the coach of Sendai, Hiroki Fujita. So you can see this raucous crowd here sitting, waiting, and pumped up to watch Sendai. And again, the starting fives with Sendai on the left with Booth, number 45, number 6, Taiki Okada, number 31, Toshikazu Kato, number 24, Justin Burrell, and wearing 0, Ryota Kobayashi. And on the right for Utsunomiya BREX, it'll be Josh Scott in that starting five, along with Makoto Hiyajima, Yusuke Indo, Ikaruga, and we should have, Isaac Fotu. Hello everybody, welcome to Sendai. This is the Japanese B.LEAGUE, and we are underway here. Sendai 89ers taking on the defending champions of the B.LEAGUE, Utsunomiya BREX. And coming right out and missing Indo. The ball goes out of bounds, and it goes over to the home team, Sendai. They pass it around out of the perimeter. And driving in, taking a little contact and missing was Okada. And BREX, they really want to start shifting their season into gear. They've got that difficult start that we've talked about, winning just once in their first 4 games. It's not something that we're accustomed to seeing with this BREX. Of course, there's no longer Coach Anzai. He has retired then. That's a nice feed down low to Fotu, the big New Zealand tall black. The coach of this team now, Norio Sasa. So Sasa matching wits with Hiroki Fujita, the coach of Sendai. Here's Booth into the corner, wide open, Kobayashi, and goes off the cup. And see that Fotu not taking any chances with that rebound. Takes it away from Josh Scott. Here goes Scott. Steps back wide open. Misses everything. Fotu was there for the rebound. Was knocked away. And then Scott backs into the defender. And a charge has been called. So Justin Burrell taking one for the team. And that's a good call. He slowed up a little bit, but nevertheless, his momentum, he's got to check it. He's got to start that spin a little bit faster. On the baseline, Justin Burrell missing. Now Endo. Let's see if they try to keep going inside to the big fellas. Fotu and Scott. Fotu battling away with Nathan Booth. Here's Fotu. Hijima goes behind his back. Loses it, gets it back. Puts it up. And have they called the foul or have they called the shot clock violation? Yeah, they called a foul, I believe, right at the end of the shot clock. So it's on Kato. And I think Kato's probably didn't get too much of the ball, though. They're talking about it. Did the foul happen before the shot clock expired? And I think they're going to say, yes, it did. I don't think Kato gets that foul called if he doesn't swipe down as much as he did. But that always gives that referee just a little bit more of a reason to call the foul. So Hijima, the Japan international, goes to the free throw line and makes the first. Makoto Hijima, one of those players that can get on a roll. Sometimes finds it hard to get into the game, especially when the other team really targets him and is aware that he's going to be the main man. But they desperately need him to be on top form this season. They're going to have some success. Into the corner, Kato for three. Endo now has it. And his pass intercepted by Burrell. And then he is fouled, unsportsmanlike foul, in fact, by Endo at midcourt. Well, they could look at that if they wanted to be sure that that was an unsportsmanlike. It looked like he was going for the ball at first. They might wipe this away. Certainly not what Sasso wants to see. And they're calling the unsportsmanlike. Well, Coach Fujita will be happy with that call. So that'll be 2 shots and possession. So Burrell, and you know, the other thing is with Burrell, your big fella bringing the ball up the floor is probably not what Coach Fujita is looking for. You want to get it out of your hands, so they kind of called a break there, although he did a good job of raising up the basketball and getting the foul called. So this will be the second unsportsmanlike free throw, and if he makes it, it'll be Sendai in front for the first time tonight. And the ball turns over, so Scott goes in and he gets rejected by Burrell. How about that? Goodness gracious. That's what you call rim protection. Look at big number 24 go up. You can't go up weak against those guys. Yeah, Burrell making his mark early. Kobayashi lets it fly. And now the bump, a long way from the basket. Kato, that is number 2. And he'll probably have to take a seat here. And those are the types of fouls you simply cannot commit that far away from the basket. That is a cheap foul, and it's going to get you out of the game. So with that, Kato goes out, and Keita Sawabe comes in. Endo out of the perimeter. Hiyajima, count it. Makoto Hiyajima off to a positive start tonight for BREX. Here's Booth. Oh boy, how about Booth with the 3, putting Sendai right back in front. Could be the most complete big man. Certainly one of the most complete big men in Japan. Everything that he can do. Although you also have to tip your hat to Burrell starting so well. Now Hiyajima takes a knock here from Sawabe. Ooh, kind of gives him the forearm shiver right to the side. So Hiyajima able to stay in the game. He's guarded by Okada. Fotu hands it off. And just checking into the game is Yang. Yang misses. Now he's got it again. Ikaruga. Here's Yang again. Left open. Good. 3-pointer. Well, nothing like hitting your first shot off the bench. He comes in ready to put him up. Instant offense. Sawabe misses with his first attempt. Booth able to rebound the miss. Burrell, the former St. John's man. Of course, he's been in China, or rather Japan for a while. Chiba, Nagoya, now Sendai, who he joined in 2021. Yang, another one. This time it's an air ball, but Fotu in the right place at the right time. Ikaruga with the shot clock winding down. It didn't reset. Kobayashi. Putting it up and missing everything was Okada. Now Josh Scott going to try his luck and gives it a drop. Went to the left hand and scored over Burrell. Booth. Back outside. 3-pointer. He passes around. Ikaruga this time from up high and from the top of the key. He buries the 3-pointer. And with that, BREX force Sendai to call timeout. Need to push the reset button. So let's go down to the bench. Well, this BREX team, you could understand there would be a little bit of adjustment period, new coach, with Anzai having left and Sasa coming in, but also some important players left this team. Chase Feeler, Kai Taves, Brandon Jawato, they all left. And of course you had Julian Mavunga come into this team, and Yang as well. And there's Sasa, and has to like what he's seeing of late. Let's see if they can keep the momentum or if we're going to see a turnaround here from Sendai. Now driving in is LaShawn Thomas, who's come into the game, and he is bumped and fouled. Thomas makes the first. And the second. So Rashawn Thomas coming in, making his first big impact immediately, and now it's going to be the turn of BREX. And how about that? How in the world did he score? Yang looked like he wasn't going to be able to get his shot off, and he just got it up quickly. A little bit bigger than you realize looking at him finish that play. Oh boy, Thomas that time was able to get to the rim, went right past Takeuchi. Now Araya misses, hustles back on defense. Araya, one of the newcomers to this team, and you can see that he could be a very interesting player, but he's got to improve his efficiency a little bit and cut down on turnovers. Here is also a new boy, Watanabe, comes in and misses. Jump shot. And Ikaruga misses the follow and the foul. This is what Scott does. He really crashes the boards, and then he gets it right back up for another attempt. So Josh Scott does his business at the free throw line and then heads out of the game with his team up 19-10. Thomas gets right to the rim. He's a problem, folks. He's coming off the bench, and they're not keeping him away from the basket. And the follow. Here comes once again Sendai. Chance to pull even closer here in the final minute of the first quarter. Booth. Wow. Just gonna give him that nickname Silky Smooth, because that's how he makes it all look, doesn't he? Looks like the best player on the court at times. He's got 5 points. There's Booth catching his breath. Burrell got a lot of weapons in this Sendai 89ers team. You really like the size they've got. So the BREX try to recapture the momentum here at the end of this first quarter. And it's Mavunga that's checked into the game. Quick pass to Fotu. Talk about getting it easy down low. Gary Hamilton also in the game for Sendai. Hamilton has the basketball, guarded by Mavunga. Thomas almost losing it. Puts it up just inside the arc. And Araya able to save it in bounds. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Mavunga steps back for 3. And that is it. So, 1 quarter is in the books, and for UTSUNOMIYA BREX, all good so far. They lead it 21-14 at Sendai 89ers. Well, so far Sendai shooting just 2 of 9 inside the arc. They have hit a couple of threes out of 6 attempts, and they've made all 4 of their free throws, but they are not finishing well right now. And UTSUNOMIYA BREX, meanwhile, just a little bit better inside the arc, 4 of 11, and perfect at the line. They are 3 of 6 from three-point range. And a real problem that's emerging in this game for Sendai is the rebounding. They're being out-rebounded 14-6. So that'll have to be something that they take care of. 5 second chance points to none in favor of BREX. There's Thomas, spent last season in Korea. Ulsan Mobis Phoebus, and before that had a couple years with KK Partizan in Serbia, and before that was in Italy. So he is enjoying the fruits of being a professional basketball player, traveling around the world from America. The shot is not going to count. Gary Hamilton a little frustrated. Into the corner it goes. Takeuchi. Hamilton had a hand in the face. Hamilton has it, guarded by Fotu, a long way from the basket. Hamilton, beautiful backdoor pass, and the finish is there. Great job finishing Hayato Kantake. And he has a chance for a three-point play. So the foul looked like it was on Yang. They're going to wipe up some moisture. Yep, Yang talking about it. And there wasn't a lot of contact, but they had him sandwiched in there pretty well. But it was definitely a great make by Kantake. So he goes to the line now for the three-point play. Remember, Sendai have started this season at 2-2. And BREX come into this game 1-3. And a lot of questions. So Kantake goes out. Fujita makes some substitutions. And we get a look at Masaharu Kataoka for the first time today. Wears number 91. Bounce pass to Fotu. Takeuchi, and his pass goes off the hands of Endo. Well, they're coming back. Just 4 points to deficit. Hamilton against Mavunga kind of fades. Boy, nice authoritative rebound by Isaac Fotu. Mavunga, count it, the three. Well, that was a welcome development. The three-point shot has been their best friend today. They've now hit 4. Hamilton, a.k.a. Kotera. Here he comes. He was telling Fotu, yeah, that was a foul. Booth, turn around. And first miss, but there he is. Kotera getting the Thomas rather getting the rebound and put back. Mavunga, guarded by Thomas. Remember, Mavunga just hit the 3. We've seen so many fouls a long way from the basket for all these players. And as the game wears on and they get other fouls, they're going to regret making these cheap ones. I mean, Mavunga is just not going to hurt you there. As long as you're just playing good D on him. You don't have to reach. Fujita. Looking out. Surveying the court. Mavunga able to get it over to Takeuchi. Araya. Back outside, Mavunga. He thought about it. Now he's going to hold it. He's going to pass. Araya for three. Not giving away any easy ones there, are they? Good D. And now Thomas drives in, and once again, a recurring theme in this game is his ability to put the ball on the deck and to get to the rim. Scott, nice give and go. And Fujita has to be careful he doesn't get a technical over there, complaining about the foul that's been called on his player, Watanabe. Well, I tell you, Watanabe really took one in the midsection, in the face, and then his head snapped as he kind of collided into his teammate, Kotera, or a.k.a. Hamilton. Mavunga sinks the first. Good traveling section of supporters today for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Nice job by Mavunga coming in, contributing on the offensive end with the scoring. The handoff to Thomas. Wow. He just looks like he is unstoppable when he gets it into the paint. You better put your body on him a long way away from the basket, and you better have a double team, or else he's just going to take it to the hoop. Look at him. This time he just takes it away. He just reaches in. Now Booth. And a chance for Sendai to tie it with a three. Thomas thought about it. Ooh, not the best pass, but they get it back. And this time Josh Scott knocks away the pass from Kotera. Hamilton. Takeuchi left wide open. I don't get the feeling that even with a wide open jumper that they want Takeuchi taking that shot. Here's Booth. Watanabe gets in the paint and gets it to Kotera, and then he gets it back and puts it up and in. Sendai closed the gap to just 1 point with 5:53 remaining in the first half. Timeout on the court. Well, great concentration there by big number 2. Doesn't make it the first time, but keeps his eyes on the prize. Gets the basketball, puts it up and in. So Kotera, Hamilton, and Kataoka back in the game. That last basket trimmed the deficit to just 1 point. Sendai have faced some adversity in this game. UTSUNOMIYA BREX have led by as many as 9 points, but right now it's just 1. Scott spin, puts it up, and just can't score over Booth. Here goes Thomas again. Oh, beautiful bounce pass. Oh, what a play. What a play. Great play by Thomas. Obviously, that was drawn up during the timeout. So, Sendai, having been behind, have taken the lead. Fotu spins. Yang open for 3. Boy, that was big time. Not for the first time tonight. Yang has drilled a 3-pointer. Thomas. What are they going to do about Thomas? They can't stop him. So 12 points already for Rashawn Thomas. He ties it at 29. Timeout. Well, you see Josh Scott there for BREX. Just 4 points so far. He does have 6 rebounds and a couple of assists. 8 points for Yang off the bench. But defensively, you got to come up with an answer for Thomas. But if you look at the effectively the three bigs for this Sendai team, Thomas, Booth, Burrell, and you also add in Kotera or Hamilton, you have got a nice front line. Now the front line's not bad either for BREX with Fotu and Scott. But those two guys have got to really bring it. We're on the court, and defensively, it's a lot to ask for those two guys to go out there and guard Thomas the way he's been playing. So they'll breathe a sigh of relief that Thomas is out and Burrell is back in, although Burrell also, as I said, has been playing well. Here they force the turnover. Okada, good job. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Kobayashi off the front of the iron. Ikoruga back in, number 18 for BREX. Hiyajima whips the pass, then outside it goes. Scott for 3, or Fotu for 3, excuse me. Off target. Tarasawa also in the game, number 10. Here's a 3 attempt. And Booth with the rebound gives it over to Tarasawa. And now Kobayashi looks at his options. Putting it up and missing with the left hand was Okada. Hiyajima tries to feed it down low to Fotu and fouled from behind by Booth. So Booth goes out of the game. I don't know why. I mean, he's not in any foul trouble. Thomas back in, and now an offensive foul. So they found Yang, and he goes out of the game. Not sure what it was they did. Moving screen, perhaps. 3-point shot. Good! Sendai go up by 3 points. Okada strikes his first make from deep. It's his team's third three-pointer. Hijima tried to get it right back, does not. Thomas goes right at Fotu. They were able to just put him off the shot a little bit. Here they are, though, attempting another three, and it's good. Kobayashi this time, and 2 consecutive threes have stretched the lead to 6, their biggest of the game. Endo tries to answer, and he does. The three-point shot has been huge for BREX. They've now got 6 of 12. Burrell back to Kobayashi. Down low to Thomas. He puts it up. And that's about as good a defense as you could want to play against him, what Fotu just did. Forcing him to settle for the mid-range jumper rather than having him go to the basket. Good hustle by Kobayashi. Fotu follows up the miss. Oh, another backdoor cut and another basket. Okada. Wasn't much room there to have a backdoor, but they found it. Ikaruga. Oraya tries to get it to Fotu. Ball batted out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Endo finds some space. Oh boy, he's got to do better. He was wide open. Look out, here comes Burrell. Boy, they're just beasting him down low. 7 points, now the advantage. Just the second bucket, and there is Thomas coming over and swatting the ball out of bounds. That was a message rejection, just like much of this second quarter has been a message being delivered by the home team. They have been superior. Where is the fire that we were so accustomed to seeing last year or last season for BREX? Endo over to Ikaruga. Araya saved it in bounds. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Fotu able to save it. Gets it back to Ikaruga. Shot clock winding down. Launches it from deep. Oh boy, they got bailed out once again by the three-point shot. Seiji Ikaruga. And Sendai call for a timeout to set the table here for the last 20.8 seconds. Well, BREX, just to illustrate how crucial that three-point shot has been for them, they are 7 of 14. I mean, they're shooting 50% from three-point range and are still trailing by 4 points. Meanwhile, Sendai, they had some early struggles, but they have really turned it on inside, now shooting 45%, where they've made 11 of 24. They're 15 of 33 overall now. And their three-point percentage has gone up as well. They're 4 of 9, 44%. Both teams perfect at the free throw line. 6 of 6 for BREX. 5 of 5 for Sendai. Well, Thomas has been a wrecking machine. He's got 12 points. And everybody else has been contributing, but he's by far been their biggest weapon of Sendai. Sendai bring it up the floor. They'll try to hold it for the last shot. Maybe get it going here. Thomas. They don't want to take it too early. And the foul before the shot. So the foul called on Ikaruga. See the headband going off of Burrell. 4.6 seconds in the half. Oh, good defense from BREX. Now let's see if they can capitalize on the turnover. And Ikaruga just throws it up. Surely they've got to have a better play than that. We're at halftime. Sendai lead it 39-35 over UTSUNOMIYA. just reading about the shooting deaths in Raleigh, full stop. I wonder how that kid got his gun, question mark. Until they stiffen the gun holes, you're right. It's kind of like if you discuss it, it becomes like a political issue, you know what I mean? You want to be made like sensible.
No, I mean, for me, that school shooting
Yeah.
was like, if you can't get it around them, if you can't change things, then you're not gonna change. And the thing is, you're not gonna change because people
Works.
are mentally.
Yeah.
You can't be over-religious and say, you know, we support guns. I mean, just
Yeah, I know.
such a contradiction, you know.
We are at halftime between Sendai 89ers and Utsunomiya BREX, and it's Sendai leading at 39-35. Here's a look back at some of the first half action. Sendai trailing for much of the first half. Losing Kato. You think Kato hit that three-pointer, but he picked up a couple of early fouls and exited the game. And the three-point shooting has effectively just been really, really good for Utsunomiya BREX. 7 of 16 now from three-point range. 43% Yang came in. Yang and hit that three-pointer. He hit a couple, in fact. Josh Scott getting it down low to Makoto Huyajima, who passed it back outside and ended up getting a three from Ikaruga. But despite the three-point shooting, the 7 of 16 from deep and the perfect showing at the line, 6 of 6, Utsunomiya BREX just 4 of 16 inside the arc, getting no joy. And meanwhile, the backdoor specialists, Sendai 89ers, have been able to take advantage. They're shooting a much more respectable 11 of 25 inside the arc. Still not what they want it to be, but it's been enough. That combined with 4 of 19 shooting from three-point range and a perfect 5 of 5 effort from the line has them in front by 4 points. They lead it, and they also really improved their rebounding. And of course, Thomas, number 25 there, was the biggest reason why they were able to, first of all, come back from a 9-point deficit, but then take the lead. Thomas with 12 points. He's 5 of 9 from the floor. And that's 5 of 9 inside the arc. He also has 3 assists, a couple of rebounds. And here we are. So again, these stats confirm it. 39-35, 11 of 24 inside the arc for Sendai, just 4 of 16 for BREX. I mean, that just can't be with players like Fotu and Scott. And 5 of 5 and 6 of 6 from the line. So again, the good free throw shooting for both teams from three-point range is the 7 threes that have gotten it done for Utsunomiya BREX. And you've also got some other stats. Second chance points, 4 for Sendai and 8 for Utsunomiya BREX. $20 points in the paint, you could see, scored by Sendai, and just 8 points in the paint for Utsunomiya BREX. So it's Thomas with the 12 points, and you've got the 5 points for Booth, and the 3 from Kutera. We also had Kato and Kobayashi each with 3 points for Sendai. 8 points for Yang, 7 for Scott, and so in fact that was not, it says 2 for, I thought that was a three-pointer that Ikaruga had hit, but it looks like that might have only been a 2. Excuse me, those were 2 assists, not points. And again, you look at the comparison of the 2 players, the 5 assists for Booth, along with his 5 points, and the 5 points for Mavunga. And Mavunga could be a solution for BREX. He played quite well. Look at Burrell trying to loosen up his calves, leaning up against Booth. Well, that's what you call leaning on your teammates. Second half action underway here in Sendai, and Sendai looking to stretch the lead. Kicked ball. So they'll keep it at this end. 16 on the shot clock. Ikaruga gets it over to Endo, now to Fotu. Spins, puts it up. Oh, nice finish. Booth had good position, but he wasn't going to stop that shot that Fotu obviously practices a lot because he took it quickly and he took it with confidence. Kobayashi has the shot blocked. So a chance to tie it to take the lead for the BREX Nation. Here's Hiyajima for the lead, and can't get it to go. Kobayashi crosses midcourt, back to Booth. Booth. Well, I would have put money on him making that shot, but a little bit short. Here goes Scott. Ooh, a little bit out of control. They're able to save it in bounds. And they have called a foul on Kato for nudging into the shooter. He's had to sit for most of the first half because he picked up 2 early fouls. And he's telling his coach, I'm okay, but watch this. And it's just very simple for Kato. I mean, he just needs to play smarter, or he's going to be picking up fouls, and he's going to be senseless fouls, and he's going to be out of the game. Hiyajima to Scott. Endo from downtown clangs it off the backboard. Scott battles away. Sendai with the basketball. Kobayashi. Burrell into Okada. Didn't take on Hiyajima. Here's Kobayashi again. Gets it deep. What's he going to do with it? Gets it to Booth. Nowhere to go for Booth. Catches it in a very difficult spot. Not sure what he is going to be able to do with it there. Ball goes out of bounds. For a little more feistiness, a little better defense here in the second half so far for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. And again, a chance to tie it or take the lead. Hiyajima, and they call the charge. He led with his left forearm to clear out and to fashion some space for himself. Watch his left arm. He switches the ball to his right hand. Yeah, that's a great call. I think so. That's my opinion. Well, slow start here to the second half for Sendai. Let's see if they can get it going. Now Burrell. He's going to go at Scott. Scott trying to stick with the big fella, and he can't stop him. Burrell just backs his way down low and goes up strong. Not much more you could do if you're Scott in that situation. You just hope they don't call the foul. Oh, the pass whipped in there by Hiyajima, but it was read by Okada. So 3 seconds on the shot clock. Watch this again. I think if Hiyajima gets it up higher, he might have a chance to complete that pass. Endo leans in, and Endo's got to shoot that basketball. There's just not enough time to make that pass. I mean, credit to Fotu. He knew there wasn't much time on the clock, but he had no chance. Burrell going up against Scott again. Oh, nice pump fake, Burrell. Oh, then he missed the shot. He gets it back, and then he's fouled. Burrell is so good that even if he misses the shot, he's got a quick leap, good strong arms. He's able to get it back. He's upset with himself. He put it off the underside of the rim. Watch this. Great move there. And then he goes up and puts it off the rim, but he's so big, strong, and talented, he's able to get it back quickly. And then he is fouled by Scott. So Burrell goes back to the free throw line where he's been good today. He made his first 2 attempts there earlier. And does not do so on this occasion. Big number 24 has been one of the top players in Japan. Makes the second, and the lead is 5. So each team scoring 2 points here in the third quarter. Quick pass to Fotu, quick jump, and he is fouled by Nathan Booth. Great work by Fotu. Watch this again. Hijima, quick pass. Yeah, I mean, I think Booth is obviously trying to keep Fotu away from the basket, and when the pass went up, he was pushing him out. So good job, Fotu. And the tall black makes the first. Fotu has been around the world, played college basketball in Hawaii, and played professionally in Spain, in Germany, in Italy, and now he's in his second season in Japan. And of course, last year, a big part of that team that won it all, the BREX team. It has not been smooth sailing at all this season for BREX. 1 win in their first 4 games, trying to put that right today. Kobayashi, and fouled while attempting it by Ikaruga. Well, we see it happen so many times, the three-point shooters getting fouled. So he'll try to capitalize with all 3 free throws. Kobayashi bends the knees and gets the second one to go. Remember, they've trailed by 9 points in the first half. And Kobayashi makes all 3 free throws. So that was a tough sequence for the BREX. James' pass was tapped, but Scott has it. Now he goes against Booth. He gets deep. And Burrell knocks it away after the miss. Kobayashi on the baseline. Back to Booth for 3. Count it. Nathan Booth. And the 9-point advantage. Defending champs or not, this Sendai 89ers team not in all of BREX, who go back to the drawing board. Again, Burrell penetrates. Then Kobayashi finds Booth, who's ready to put it up and score immediately. 9-point advantage for Sendai. Iijima. It was a 3-point shot that kept him in the game in the first half, and right now they're not falling. Booth. Open. How good is he, folks? We talked about him beforehand. You can call him complete game. You can call him silky smooth. They all fit for Nathan Booth. Ikaruga. Nice runner and a break for BREX. To Josh Scott, and Scott gets just enough on that to get it to go over the rim and in. Kobayashi again. Here's the whistle. Fouled by Endo. Burrell leans in, all rattles out. Can they go back to Scott? Yes, they can. Here he goes. And Scott does just enough to get it outside to Mavunga. Mavunga likes the mismatch. Burrell's going to wait, and now he's going to pass. Great play, Mavunga. He was anticipating a double team, and in the end, he just threw a lob to Scott, who went up and scored. So looks like BREX starting to wake up a little bit. Mavunga's come to play today. Another foul! Iijima this time, and he puts Okada on the line for a potential 4-point play. Wow. Yes, you have to get a hand up in the face, but you simply have to control your momentum. You can't go into the shooter. So for the second time in this quarter, Sendai fouled while shooting the three-pointer. Last time they had to settle for the 3 free throws. They did make them all. This time they have a potential 4-point play. And they get it. Wow. That is a rally killer right there. Back up to a 12-point advantage. 13 minutes remaining. Mavunga ends up making a very difficult pass. Can't get it all back at once. But they might end up shooting a 3. There's Mavunga. Leans in and he makes... Oh! Have they called an offensive foul? They have indeed. Yeah, that's a good call. He fouled Hiromu. He fouled Hayato Kantaki. Looked like he had a spectacular 3-point play opportunity, but he did kind of clear out with his left arm. 3-point shot. And now a foul called on Sendai, who lead it by 12. There's Okada. He's got 9 points. And it was Okada at the other end bumping Yang. Okay, so foul call before the shot, and that is now with 2:19 remaining. UTSUNOMIYA already over the limit, and that was Thomas with the foul. So 4 fouls have been called now on Sendai in this quarter. Araya back to Mavunga. Ooh. Takes the contact, turns it over. 3-pointer. Boy, that would have really hurt BREX if that one had gone in. Mavunga guarded closely by Thomas Araya. Excuse me, it's not Araya, it's Watanabe, who's back in the game, or back in this lineup. So Kantaka called for the foul. And Yang, who's been one of the better players today for this BREX team, goes to the line. First miss of the day at the free throw line. BREX had made their previous 8 attempts. So 2 back in, battling away. And back to an 11-point deficit. Watanabe called for a reach and a foul in the backcourt. Booth and Kotera coming back in, and the first one is no good for Watanabe. So Watanabe fouled Watanabe, and Watanabe has one more coming. And misses both, in fact. One more shot. The ruling is they were in the lane too soon. And still can't get it to drop. Watanabe doesn't know what he did wrong there. Now Thomas picks up another foul in the backcourt. Yeah, that's a good call, because the main reason why is because he reaches at the same time. And Mavunga did well. He saw the reach coming, so he made his move, and it made it an easy call for the referee. And Mavunga gets the first to drop. Now, you feel like Mavunga could be at the center of a comeback here. Coach Sasa, I think, would be well advised to keep him on the court. Well, it makes one of two. So back to a 10-point game. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And the problem is that you got Booth back on the court. And you know good things are going to happen when he's out there for the Sendai team. Kutera, entry pass to Booth. Right on cue. He just reads the game so well. Watanabe, bounce pass to Fotu, little runner from a long way out. Ten points for Fotu is a team high. Thomas. Well, if you think we've seen that before today, we have. He has earned a living going to the basket. He's got 14 points. Watanabe, guarded by Watanabe. Mavunga, and three-point shot by Kitagawa, no good. It'll stay at this end with 14.3 seconds remaining. Shuhei Kitagawa in the game, and sure enough, they have called the foul on Kutera for complaining to the referee. It really, I mean, if I'm Fujita, I'm furious with that because you're up 12 points. Everything's going your way. You may not get a call to your liking, but there's no need to get a technical. That's just a loss of emotional control. Watanabe, meanwhile, goes to the line and misses another free throw. So they had been so good at the line. Now Utsunomiya BREX 10 of 13. They've missed all three free throws in the last few minutes. Well, that was going to be a tough catch. I'm not sure about that pass. 3.8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. You just want to get an open look. It doesn't matter if it's close or far away. Fotu, a long two if it goes, and it does. Well, Fotu doing everything he can to keep BREX in the game. He goes to 12 points, and Sendai lead at 59-49 over Utsunomiya BREX. Well, the story of the game, in many respects, for Sendai, who trailed by 9 points in the first half, during the first half, before coming back and taking the lead themselves, 26 points they've scored in the paint, compared to just 16 for BREX. And with that, they've got a 10-point lead. BREX have not really defensively come up and forced Sendai into any turnovers. And so with that kind of lack of ball pressure defensively, and you're trying to get back into it, you need to have that element to your game. Booth has been a real problem for BREX. He has scored 13 points on 5 of 7 shooting. He's perfect from three-point range, making all 3 of his attempts, and he's also got 6 rebounds. So a good start as Quintero turns it over. Good start for BREX. The defending champions having a very difficult start to the season. A win today would really lift their spirits. That will be easier said than done against this Sendai team, which has looked very good value today for their 10-point lead. Endo, bounce pass to Fotu. Fotu didn't have the magic that time. Kataoka back in the game, number 91. Here's Booth, guarded by Yang. That is the mismatch. Yang doing a good job. Watanabe back over, and in it goes. And, well, Thomas getting blocked in the paint. So he gets a couple of free throws. Getting fouled. Yep, just got him on the hand. Got him on the wrist, rather. Mavunga. Thomas goes to 15 points. And again, the play of Thomas, Burrell, and Booth has just been too much. And you add in those fouls on the three-point shooters, and that has really cost BREX. They gave up a 4-point play, and they also gave up 3 free throws while fouling the three-point shooter in the third quarter. So back to a 12-point lead. Mavunga. And strokes the 3. Well, that could not have come at a better time. Second three-pointer for Mavunga. Here he is with the basketball. And he was taking on Booth there, and I think he's lucky he didn't turn it over. So they are going to have a head coach challenge here by Fujita, and I think that's largely because of the reaction by Booth, and I have to say, I think they might win this. But there has to be clear evidence on the replay that that is the case. Otherwise, they'll stick with what they've got. Each coach has one head coach challenge. Watch this. So Booth is going to hit it. Oh, no. Booth never hit it. It was Mavunga. That's going to be Sendai 89ers basketball. So with the use of the video technology and the head coach challenge, Sendai 89ers get possession, and that was a very sloppy play by Mavunga. So number 13, Watanabe of BREX guarding Watanabe, number 15. Oh, look at this. Another layup. That was Kantake, and the lead goes back to 11, and Kotera's doing a great job. That's his 5th assist. Mavunga fades. Looking for a foul. Not going to get that. And foul called as Thomas drives hard. So that foul called on Endo. Kobayashi back in the game. He's brought a lot of energy, a lot of ball handling today. And he's also brought some offense. Kobayashi with 6 points. He's got 1 3, and he also got fouled taking a 3. Made all 3 free throws. That was in the last quarter. Thomas gets it to go. So 13-point advantage. It's the biggest lead of the game. Yang banks it in. Booth, that's a mistake leaving him open. He'll beat you every time. $14 points now, the biggest lead. Good job, Yang, getting it back. Now Scott with the rebound. And the whistle blows, so free throws coming. Here's Scott, and this is where they've done so well. Look at that. I mean, he is going up against the 3 giants of the other team, and it was Booth who blocked it from behind. But they have not given away anything easy inside today. Just about to say they need to get some more size in there. They've brought in Takeuchi, but almost feels like they need another big in this BREX team. And the defense forces the turnover. Good job. Scott. Well, Iajima goes up and he's fouled making the shot. Well, this could be a big sequence from BREX. They get the steal, and now a chance for a 3-point play. Kobayashi chasing, and Iajima, you could hear him shout "and one" as he put the basketball up. So timeout. Sendai played so well today, they don't want to lose the grip on the game here in the 4th quarter with 6.5 minutes remaining.
this way though at the end. What does that do? What does it mean?
Sometimes we try your opportunities at breaker. I mean, you with Antonio's athleticism. Yeah, they play their asses off for get on you. Games in a row, and everybody wants. It's been hard. I'm gonna speak my mind. Can get off tackle and can really burst. So honestly, I'm gonna speak my mind for a second.
So Nathan Booth gets in position. And Hijima gets it to drop. Big play, back to a 9-point game. The foul was on Kobayashi. Well, if they can get a stop here and go down and score again, that'll make things very interesting for BREX. Well, Thomas loses his footing, and the ball goes out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Sendai wobbling just a little bit here at the end of the game. Booth over to Kotera, now back to Thomas. He takes the long one, and another long rebound, corralled by Kataoka. That's a killer for BREX. You get the stop, you get Thomas to take the jumper instead of driving. And here's the guy that you can't let him shoot. And now the offensive foul called on Booth. Swung his elbow and caught the defender in the face. Catches Ikaruga. It wasn't a violent swing, it was just swinging the elbow, so he goes out. And that really helps BREX if you get Booth out of the game. And the only problem is they bring in Burrell, so that presents a different problem. You got more power now on the inside, but you don't have to contend with Booth's perimeter game. And Hijima steps back. Good strong rebound, Takeuchi. Ikaruga drifts in. Oh, good finish. Seiji Ikaruga. And now it's a 7-point game. The defending champions coming back. Kataoka turns it over. Look at Josh Scott diving on the floor for the loose ball. He saves it in bounds. He gets it to his teammate. Oh, and the pass intercepted. Hijima needed to get a little bit more zip on that one. Huge opportunity, but sometimes you want to value the possession more. 3 points, or 2 rather, and that was missed by Kato. Hasn't really been much of a factor today. Ikaruga again. You can sense that BREX feel there's a chance. Takeuchi from deep. Good! Boy, they are in the flow, and all of a sudden it is a 4-point game. Where there's hope, there's life, and there is definitely hope right now for BREX, down 4 points with just under 4.5 minutes remaining. Ikaruga's played well in the comeback. And Takeuchi, that was a 3 he just had to hit, and he did. Boy, what a fin. Put a little bit of English on that release. And then Takeuchi. So timeout. Well, that latest three-pointer for BREX. They are now 9 of 24 from three-point range, so they've only had 2 threes in the second half. Meanwhile, Sendai 8 of 17. A little bit better now in terms of BREX getting better looks in the paint. 22 points in the paint. And they've really closed the gap in that regard, with Sendai still with 28. Also, BREX doing a much better job on the glass, on the boards in this fourth quarter. They've now got 35 rebounds in the game. And it's 29 for Sendai. Big possession here for Sendai as they look to put a little bit more different distance between themselves and the visitors from UTSUNOMIYA. Three-point shot and another long rebound. No, it's tapped away, and Hijima gets it over to Scott. Thomas going for the steal. Ikaruga. Shot clock winding down. Good defense being offered. And, oh boy, what a break that was for UTSUNOMIYA. Great defense. But the ball goes out of bounds for Sendai. And it's going to be 4 seconds on the shot clock for BREX. So Yang goes out and Endo comes back in. Oh, Endo comes in and he gets a look, and it's good! And they got the wind in their sails. They closed the gap to just 2 points. What a comeback. They trail by as many as 14 points. And now it's just a 2-point deficit. Thomas, his pass batted away. Now a chance to tie it or take the lead. Boy, they looked absolutely dead in the water, BREX, but they have come back to life. Hijima, back to Takeuchi. Endo for three, off the front of the cup. Watanabe, now to Thomas. Thomas wants to get to the rim. They shut that. Watanabe, though, for three. Oh, off the top of the backboard. And again, another opportunity to pull level or take the lead themselves. Just under 2.5 minutes remaining. BREX trying to get their second win of the season. And it would be an unlikely win, considering how this game had been going until the fourth quarter. The turnaround, they battle for the rebound, and Thomas comes down with it, now on the open floor, and Burrell is met by Ikaruga. Good job, Ikaruga, not giving away the drive. And it's only, still got other fouls to give before they're in the bonus. Ikaruga's been key in the comeback. He's got 8 points, 4 assists, a couple rebounds. Fotu back in, and he's guarding Burrell. And now the pass goes out of bounds. And once again, BREX with another chance to pull level or take the lead. Okada looking on. Under 2 minutes to go. Scott. Hijima fouled, making his move by Kataoka. And that is the 4th team foul. Excuse me, not Kataoka, that was on Kato. Oh boy. They could almost look at that as an unsportsmanlike. 4 fouls on Kato. Hijima. And, oh boy, they get lucky there. They almost turned it over. Hijima goes up, has it knocked out of his hands. He gets it up just in time. And I think they're going to call goal interference. They do indeed. It was on the way down, but the only thing is, it wasn't over the cylinder. But they do give him the points, so it is 68-68. Okay, so they're going to review it. I think they may not give it to him. Norio Sasa, the coach, pacing nervously in front of the BREX bench. Oh. Had so many opportunities to get down and pull level or take the lead, and they just haven't been able to do it. It was well short, and so they are not going to award the basket. No, they are going to award it, excuse me. So it looked like it was definitely on the way down and going towards. It's definitely going to hit the rim, but anyway, 68-68. Could have bounced on the rim and bounced over. Minute and a half, under a minute and a half to go. Burrell. The drive, and getting it right back and putting it up and in. Number 6, Taiki Okada. Watanabe guarding Ikaruga closely. Josh Scott going up against Burrell. Oh boy. Josh Scott took a very, very difficult shot. And that was Fotu catching Burrell in the chin. Well, it's going to be a sleepless night for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX players. If they can't complete this fight back, they've been so close, but they haven't been able to pull level or take the lead. And now, Booth back in the game, and Sendai going for the killer punch. Watanabe, guarded by Fotu. Now Scott guarding Burrell. Burrell gets into the paint. Outside it goes. Kato. And Burrell goes up, knocks it out of bounds. And coming from behind on Scott. And Scott looks at the ref and says, "Is there no foul there?" Probably has a good point. Watch this. Oh no, this was the previous possession in the drive by Okada. Well, I think they're going to attempt a three-pointer because they're down 2. Well, actually, they don't have to go for the 3. They could try to tie it. The question is, how soon do you want to go? As you look at the foul trouble for both teams, the 89ers, Kato and Booth, each with 4 fouls. Thomas has 3. for BREX, nobody has 4 fouls. Just Endo and Ikaruga and Yang. They've each got 3 fouls. Hijima has 2. So do you go for a 2? Do you go for a 3? Do you just go with whatever is available? How much time do you look to take off the clock? And do you put, what kind of pressure do you put defensively if you are Sendai? Are you more than happy to let them take time off the clock here? Norio Sasa hoping that his team can come back and pull off an unlikely victory. They've rebounded pretty well today, so they could get up an early shot, try to get it back. Here it is, folks. It's white knuckle time. BREX, the defending champions. Just 1-3, going up against 2-2 Sendai 89ers. Hijima has the ball, but he's not looking for the 3. Endo, oh, they are. They're going to get it to Fotu. Hijima, he gets the 3 up. Good! Can you believe it? Makoto Hijima. They could not have drawn that up any better. BREX, unbelievable. They take it all the way down to 2.7 seconds on the clock. Wow. The biggest shot could be the biggest shot of the season. Get them on track if they can get a win. This is big time. Kato even had a hand in the face, and it didn't matter for Hijima. He stroked it. His second three-pointer of the game. He was 1 of 5 before that. And now 2 of 6 with 13 points and in line to be the hero if BREX can hold on. Boy, talk about thrilling finishes. And remember, Utsunomiya BREX have outscored Sendai 22-11 in the fourth quarter. They looked like they were almost dead and buried. But they have come back, and they have come back strong in this fourth quarter. They have come back like a defending champion. But still, with 2.7 seconds remaining, they've still got to come out and play defense. So they will advance the ball after the made shot. And they don't have to go for a 3. They can get it down low. And I think that the way they have played today, surely you want to get the basketball to Thomas, or maybe, I'm surprised Booth isn't in the game. Oh, they do. They get a good look down low. Oh, and he's blocked at the end by Hijima, the hero, on both ends of the floor. Remarkable scenes in Sendai. Utsunomiya BREX and Makoto Hijima rise to the occasion. Utsunomiya BREX win it 71-70 over Sendai 89ers. I cannot believe what we just witnessed. This Sendai team had victory within their grasp. They did not slam the door shut, and this experience, this tradition of winning for BREX, helped them come back. It wasn't easy. It's been a slog all season long, and Sendai are stunned. And they drew up a great play right at the end. And it looked like they were going to get the go-ahead basket, the winning basket, and then Hijima came over and helped and got the block from behind. Unreal. Well, if you're neutral, you are loving it, because that was a fantastic game that went right down to the wire. If you're a Sendai fan, you're hating it. You're proud of your team for battling, but you didn't get the performance you need in the fourth quarter. And if you're Norio Sasa, you're hoping that this is the game that puts you on the way to recovery and to having the type of season that you know you're capable of. So disappointment, but we're going to hear now from Sendai. So we'll get you some of the reaction here as soon as we can get it, folks. It's spoken in Japanese, and the good sportsmanship from the fans and their unyielding support. The players. Here's Coach Sasa.
まず勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
この1週間どういった準備をされてきたんでしょうか。
まあそうですね、今日もちょっとその成果は少し現れづらかった分、まあでも本当にボール持って動かしていくっていうのはブレックスのバスケットだと思ってるので、そこをポイントにしたんですけど、やっぱり時間が止まってる時は非常にね、1対1で個人でこじ開けようっていう時間帯が長くて、まあ最後はやっぱりね、ディフェンスから流れ作ってっていうバスケットが多かったので、まあ本当に苦しい状況ですけれども、やれることを今やって一つ一つ成長していくしかないと思っているので、
He says today we played so hard
本当に嬉しいですし、また明日もしっ
and
かり準備していきた
very
いと思います。
exciting game.
マブンガ選手のところも我慢しながら使いながらだんだんフィットしてきたかなと思うんですけど、その点はいかがでしょうか。
まあそうですね、本当にバスケットって
Just so happy to win this game.
ちょっと時間はかかるのっていうのは正直ありますけれども、僕はこの今メンバーとやれて幸せですし、このメンバーでしっかりまたね強いブレックスっていうのを作り上
And
げるように
tomorrow
粘り強くやっていきた
we
いと思っ
will
てるので、
play our
まあでも
best.
今日もちょっといい
Of
部分
course,
もあっ
these
たと
two
思うんです
teams
よ
will
ね。あとは
go
また
at
その
each other
回数をどれだけ
again.
増やすかっていうところだと思います。はい。
ありがとうございます。最後に明日のゲーム2に向けてどういったところがポイントになるでしょうか。
やっぱりね、9点差リードしたところからターンオーバーがねあったりとか、いろんなラインナップありますけれども、やっぱ本当に最後までディフェンスとこうやって我慢強くやるっていうのがうちのチームだと思うので、とりあえず今不細工かもしれないですけど、必死に戦ってファンの方々に本当に後押ししてもらえるようなしっかりしたチームで戦いたいと思います。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
And now we're going to hear from
お
Hiyajima.
めでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
And the coach also said we're looking forward to tomorrow's game.
バスケットボールカウントを決めたところが、あそこが少し試合の流れのキーだったか
So
な。
here's Makoto Hiyajima, who hit the game-winning three-pointer and also came up with a game-saving block.
オフェンスでうまくいかず苦しい時間帯が続いてたんで、まず激しいディフェンスから相手のリズムを狂わすというところで、うまくいって、そこから流れとかリズムをつかめたと思います。
そうですね。最後の、タイムアウトの後のスリーポイントも決してデザイン通りじゃなかったのかなと思いますけど、打ち切ったシュートはどういう気持ちで打ったんでしょうか。
Hiyajima says it was really hard until the end.
なかったですけど、ああいう場面でやっぱりは自分の仕事と思いますし、やっぱり打ち切るってことが一番大事だと思うので、
This is the last play.
チームを勝たせられるシュートが決められてよかったと思います。
ありがとうございます。最後にファンの方に
And he
向
just
けて
goes, you know,
何か一言お願いします。
the good thing is, the happiest thing is we got to win in the end.
皆さんの応援のサポートのおかげで今日も勝てたと思いますので、引き続き応援のほどよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。明日も頑張ってください。
And Makoto Hiyajima also says thanks to the BREX fans for their support. And now we'll look back at some of the action. And Hiyajima also said, please continue to stay behind us, to support us. We will play our best. And those are the words after the encouraging comeback from UTSUNOMIYA BREX, who have really struggled this season, but they really did play with the heart of a champion in that fourth quarter, coming from behind to win in hostile territory against a team that looked like it was going to get another victory today, SENDAI 89ers. But UTSUNOMIYA BREX, in the end, got a team high 13 points from Hiyajima. They got 12 points from Fotu, along with 10 rebounds. 10 points from Scott, along with 12 rebounds. So Scott and Fotu really did pick it up on the boards in especially the fourth quarter in the second half. But Ikaruga played very well in the second half, played well late, had 4 assists to go with his 8 points. Yusuke Endo had 5 points and a couple of assists. Hijima, don't forget, also had 2 big steals. And 11 points were scored by Yang, 9 by Mavunga. And BREX were 10 of 26 from deep. And for Sendai, as you look at the highlights, that young man right there, Okada, had that 4-point play. He had 11 points in the game. And you had Kobayashi, who had 6 points. This was Ikaruga making a pass. It ends up with Fotu, who has to take it and make that under a lot of pressure. And the way the booth was playing, it seemed like he would have to be on the court for as much as possible. But in the end, he was not in for that last play, which surprised me. But even so, they still had a chance. He had 16 points, whereas Thomas had a team high 18 points. That was a big shot by Scott as BREX continued to fight. Mavunga dumping it with the alley-oop. Kotera down low, and Kotera, you got to really praise him for his passing ability. He had 6 assists to go with his 3 rebounds and 2 points. Fotu, that was a long 2 right at the end of the third quarter. And you never know how much that meant. That gave him a little bit of momentum going over to the bench, a little bit more self-belief. Mavunga came out and stroked the 3-pointer. Another of those Kotera passes. That one with a Kataoka layup, reverse layup. And then you had Yang banking it in. He had a nice game, Yang, finishing with 11 points. And then you had Hijima going to work. The 3-point play, and then Ikaruga with that terrific drive. And you knew when that ball went in, this was going to go down to the wire. Then Takeuchi, especially when he hit the 3-pointer. Just the concentration and the confidence to take that shot in that situation, that was huge. Granted, it was an open look. And right when Okada came back down and scored there, you thought maybe it was going to be their day. But they just did not fit. They did not quit. And then Hijima hits this, the biggest shot of the game winner. And just when you thought maybe that was going to be, you have to argue, was that his best play, most important play, or was it the other end where he got the block? Although it looks like he wasn't credited with a block, so maybe in fact he didn't get a block. But anyway, so those are the numbers: 16 of 38 inside the arc, 8 of 20 from deep, and 14 of 17 at the line for Sendai, but out-rebounded 39 to 32. And they did turn it over 11 times, 12 turnovers for UTSUNOMIYA BREX, who shot 14 of 35 inside the arc, 10 of 26 from deep, and 13 of 16 at the free throw line. So both teams did a pretty good job of shooting their free throws in the end. 30 points in the paint scored by Sendai, and 22 scored in the paint as well by Utsunomiya BREX. So Sendai got a game-high 18 points in defeat from Thomas. Burrell had the 6 rebounds and Quintero the 6 assists. 13 points scored by Hijima, which was a team high. 12 rebounds for Josh Scott and 4 assists for Ikaruga. So here's a look at the schedule that's coming up. And see BREX and the 89ers going at it, tipping off tomorrow. Well, the BREX fans leave happy tonight. The Sendai 89ers do not, but I think you have to say it was a great game to watch, folks. Thanks for joining us one last time. Utsunomiya BREX rise from the dead in the fourth quarter. They win it 71-70 over Sendai 89ers. Thanks for watching.